What's up, everybody? Welcome to Drip and Conversation. We're your hosts. I'm Bishop O's and
Paul Weinstock.
Listen, we truly believe that our self-worth is not connected to our net worth. What that means is what we have does not dictate who we are. Listen, we got some extreme, awesome, amazing people in here today. Our guest is absolutely phenomenal, Paul. Ain't that right?
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, they our home girl and our home boy, and they are fly this morning. They are dripping. They dripping.
With a conversation.
Man, they didn't give us the memo. They came here fly as ever. Listen, those of you that's watching, you need to put your hands together right now and give a big old hooray for the TYLERS in here today, Jamie and Erana. We are grateful for you being here, man. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Listen, we going to have a candid conversation as it relates to your life, and we're going to dig in and get all we can from you today. We know you're doing great things, and what led you to be doing what you're doing even right now? We're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but what led you to be doing what you're doing presently right now?
You want to start?
No, you go ahead.
Normally she want to talk. I just think for me, man, I just always had this ambition. I've been like this all my life, very competitive, and my will to win is just greater than my will to lose. And in this time we in now, I've worked 25 years as a detective in D.C., and my next chapter is just all about entrepreneurship, and if it's TV, if it's movies, whatever it is, I'm gonna tackle it and get to it.
Okay.
Well, the real question I want to ask: who's the manager? Who's the boss of y'all affairs?
I am.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And that's why I was gonna say I've always been like the manager, the leader. I was working for the government. I was a high official in the government. I started doing network marketing, so I was a high leader in the network marketing, where I had a huge team of people that I mentored and coached. I've done so much, and people have always looked up to me. I'm a Virgo too, so I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
Everything has to be done the right way.
Yes.
I'm a Virgo too, so I can feel you.
And if they can't do it the right way, I'll just do it myself.
When is your birthday?
September 22nd.
I was going to say, if you said 14th, I was going to jump out this shed.
So when is your birthday?
That's my birthday.
So, okay, so we Virgos.
That's right. That's right.
Hold on. Don't leave Jamie. Let Jamie talk about
It's Taurus season.
Oh,
Mine next Friday.
Okay.
It's Taurus season.
Happy early birthday.
We were getting excited because Virgos connect very well.
I got 4 months.
Well, I'm an explosion, baby. I'm a Cancer. I'm the 5th. I just missed the 4th.
We got 2 Cancers at home.
Oh, okay.
Our
There it
kids.
is. There. Connected.
So where did both of you grow up? Where were you born? Where were you raised? You can start off, Jamie, kind of where you were born and raised.
So let me, because I know my number one hater, gonna say something. She called me a Maryland bam. so my family is from D.C. I was born in D.C.
Okay.
We all not far in age. We know how the 80s was in D.C.
Yes.
So what were most black families doing? Pushing out to that PG County.
Yeah.
So in elementary school, my father and mom moved out Fort Washington.
Okay.
I started elementary school in Fort Washington and ended up, going through.
What elementary?
It was Rose Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, then I ended up going to Friendly High School.
Friendly High School.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, at this age now, I'm thankful because I know what I was trying to get into in that era, and I thank my father all the time. Like, I mean, we went to Northeast because he's from over on 48th and Blaine, Spingarn, Kelly Miller area. And
he played basketball for Spingarn. Don't slide up on that because he's going to try to start a shit
I heard about him.
I heard the ball player and all that. So we're going to bring up all of his trophies and all that. So you said Spingarn, I'm like, oh, no, here we go.
She did.
So Pops went to Spingarn, my mother went to Tech.
Tech. Graduated from Tech. Family tree right on time. There we go.
So it's crazy because when I was little, I didn't even want to go to D.C. When we had to go visit grandparents, I hated it. I was just used to being out of Maryland, and that city life was just, it was, you know, it was rough back then.
Yeah.
It was, everybody was struggling.
Yeah.
It wasn't a flex to say, I live in D.C. It was like, man, I'm getting out of here. You know, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Maryland.
Okay, cool. What about you?
So I was born and raised in D.C.
All
Okay.
right.
Yes, went to Lovejoy, which is no longer around. They made it into condos. That was an elementary school, and then I went to Elliott Junior High School,
Okay.
next to Eastern,
Yes.
and Dunbar High School.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we used
So
to,
we
we
used
used
to
to,
be-
yeah, there you go, yeah. Our rivals,
Yes.
Well, we will say this, though.
Yeah.
Dunbar had a lot of attractive women back in those
We were the
days.
fashion school of D.C.
Yes.
So people used to literally at lunchtime would come to our school and just circle around just to
Wow.
see the
Yes.
girls, the fashions, and things like that. Yes.
Me and Melvin was one of those ones
Yeah.
back then. Melvin
That rolled around.
Just rolled
Yes.
around the car.
All the
There
nice
and Wilson.
cars, the guys
Yeah.
will come through every day like clockwork just to see the girls and what they were wearing. We were like the fashion school of D.C.
But while y'all was you and Rainey was in D.C., me and Jamie, we was in Maryland, and the women used to circle around trying to get to us, right?
Oh yeah,
Fact.
you
Yeah.
showed to the Maryland.
Man, what?
We
Man,
fly
was-
too now.
I heard the Maryland people would come to D.C.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you told me that. Y'all
I
would
mean,
come
like
to
I said,
DC
we
to see
were
the
attracted to the hustle
City.
and bustle of the city,
Yeah.
and the women.
Yeah, all that.
And then Dunbar also had a great football team, basketball team.
Yes.
Yeah, we had good
What
sports.
what could you honestly say, or if I could say this, would it be safe to say that the fashion and stuff shaped you to be the woman, or part of the woman that you are today? Was that any of an influence during your high school days that could?
I think I was born like this.
Oh, wow.
Like
Okay.
literally, my dad, my mom said, I remind her so much of my father.
Yeah.
Because I would look in any reflected mirror or anything, a car, anything that I could see myself in, and just check myself out, fix myself all the time. When I was a little kid, I would have all the Barbie dolls. I was a girly girl.
Okay.
And I would dress them in different outfits every single day. Like they
Yeah.
were literally going somewhere.
Yeah.
I would draw clothes, stick dolls with clothes. Every day I would change and do a new drawing. Like I was always into fashion. I actually, the superlatives in school,
Yeah.
I was the most stylish in high school.
So you
So I've
really
always
demonstrate
been like
the drip,
this.
right?
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
And it
demonstrate.
was really bad because even in elementary, I didn't want to wear anything twice. So if I had to put on something I did not like, I would skip school. I was really into like the way I look, the fashion. So it's always been in me.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
me
It's
too.
always
You.
been in
I
me.
can
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
feel that.
So Jamie, we're gonna take you a little bit back in your career, because you becoming a figure of law enforcement. What made you decide to go into law enforcement?
Man, the honest truth. So, we met in 1993. I met her mom in '92, and we worked at Drug Enforcement Administration.
Okay.
And once we kind of connected, like she said, she was the baddest joint in the building. So from the youngins to the old heads, everybody was in her face, trying to get her.
Yeah.
And so for 5 years we worked together, and ended up getting married. And I just found myself in confrontation every day.
Okay.
And then we lived together. Then we rode to work together. Then we worked together. Then we drove home together. Then we back living, and it was just every day.
Okay.
And I was like, this is too much. I can't do this. So I'm thankful for the OG mentors I had that worked there. They were retired police officers. And they said, young boy, what you gonna do, man? You gonna do this forever? Or, cause DC hiring, PG hiring back then, and this is 1996. And I was like, I don't know about that, man. Cause police was getting killed back then.
Yeah,
like a lot. And then the more I was getting into stuff in the building, I said, I gotta just do something. So I started applying to all that stuff. And DC called. And of course, 96, so 97, I got the call. Start the academy next week.
Okay.
And I was like, what? And I said, so now everybody's like, you sure you want to do DC? Because it was rough. I felt like I was doing okay with the government job, but it just wasn't me. I was bored. I liked being outside, and I was nosy. I was into the whole hustle and bustle of DC with the police, the shootings, the everything about it fascinated me for some reason, and then helping people.
Okay.
I was into that as well. It wasn't about let me lock up every black, brown boy and girl I could find. It was if I could help you, then I could, I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah.
So, 97, I started, did the whole academy, and they sent me down Southwest, right out of the academy, Greenleaf, Delaware, all that. And that's where it started, man.
Okay.
And that was a high marijuana area. Side effect side was PCP, crack. So they put me right in the middle of that. And from 98 to 01.
Okay.
So I just made my way, got out of there, ended up going to narcotics in 01. And I did 7 years over there, over on 3rd Street. Everybody know about 3rd and M. I was over there. And then I made detective 2008, went to 7D, Southeast as a district detective. And stayed there for 4 years. In 2012, I went to homicide. By far my most challenging assignment. I mean, the jump out stuff was too, but this was a whole nother world. Like, that body fall, you might not go home for 2-3 days. That stuff is real. That first 48. Did that for 5.5 years. 2017, I went to the sex offender registry unit, which was another tough assignment, but it gave me a desk job to make my way out the door.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2022, retired, and here I am.
Okay. So now, Raina, you deserve your flowers, and we want to hear your story now.
Well, yeah, the homicide days were a lot. The phone ringing in the middle of the night, long days, long nights. Some days he wasn't coming home. And of course, we got kids to raise.
Yes.
So it was very hard on us. So I'm so glad he's retired now, so we can kind of enjoy ourselves because we both now entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Which is great. We can kind of do business together. So I've started, like I said, I left the government in 2012. Started doing network marketing. I did 2 health companies, It Works Global and Melaleuca.
Okay.
And I also opened a fitness studio. I ended up closing the fitness studio once COVID hit.
Okay.
And I was like kind of relieved because it was so much for me as the only owner. I was the only one that was taking care of everything, making sure things were done. I had trainers coming in that was renting a space from me. It was just too much for one person. It's good when you go into business with 2 people, but trying to do it by yourself, it was a lot. So I was excited that it was closing. And I used COVID, of course, as an excuse because it was. They were closing gyms and everything at that time. We started doing real estate together where we just, go out and look for distressed homes. We fix them up, sell them, flip them. I started a online boutique, of course, with my fashion and my style. Why not? I started that as well. I also have a wig collection with one of the young ladies I met when she was like 18 years old. She's in her 20s now. She's done a lot of celebrities. So we partnered up to do, still into style, still into fashion, changing your hair and changing your looks. I said, why not? Let's do that. It makes sense.
Okay.
So I've been doing a lot of things, like a full-time entrepreneur. That's pretty much.
And that's another topic we're going to get on to about having a dripping conversation with women entrepreneurs. So that's something we got coming on after Mother's Day because my partner here got a big Mother's Day event with wifey.
I'm not going to plug that in right now, but, but I do want to ask you a question, Jamie. When you were on the force, if you don't mind, if you candid about it, what was one of the most catastrophic or tragic episode that you had to see or deal with that was gut-wrenching to your heart?
Yeah.
Can you remember anything like that?
Yeah. No doubt about it. I guess the year was maybe like 04, 05. Narcotics days, doing by-bus operations over off Florida Avenue. And the undercover met with a young man, had a conversation about drugs. The guy served undercover. So I'm on the arrest team. So I'm in the area, and you know, you get a look out for the guy and like move in. So the guy got spooked off the break, got in his car and pulled off. So we coming in the block, and they like, he just shot past me in like a Honda Accord, whatever it was. So he like, where you at? So he's like, I was on whatever that street. He turned on Florida Avenue. So we all trying to get out. So I'm coming down Florida, and I see like cars just lined up from the light to when I turned on. I'm like, dang, what's going on? So we go on the wrong side of the street, and it's just people all in the street crying. And I'm like, what happened? So when I got out of the car, I see a guy crying, and he's like, I'm like, what happened? Didn't even know his kids were walking across the street. And the dude went on the wrong side and flew through Montello in Florida and hit both kids. And he had knocked them about, 75 feet down the street.
Wow.
So happened the light turned red, and the man is, he's like, go ahead, y'all. We going to the cross street. And here he come, boom. Hit both of them, killed them.
Wow.
And I had to sit there and look at them, mangled up, him crying, everybody outside screaming, going crazy. It was terrible. My kids were around that age back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was one of those days, man. It was like, I can't do this right now. So I took like 2 weeks off, just shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guy ended up with some time. I don't remember how much time, but, we got him. He ended up crashing and jumped out the car again, running. Ended up catching him, but nobody was even chasing him. We didn't even know where he was at. He just got spooked and took off.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So to add many, many more rough ones, but that was probably the one, and she know about it because I came home, it was no good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them kids didn't deserve that, man. They were like brother and sister. They was probably 5 and 7, something like that.
I
Little
see.
kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be normal, like
Yeah.
back to business.
Right.
That was a terrible day, man.
And as a wife, you got to know to let him have his space too,
Yeah.
especially in the field of work that
I
he
wanted to
does.
ask you, how did you deal with him going through those times? How was that? How did that look like?
Yeah, a lot of times Jamie really didn't come home and say, "Oh, we shot this person," or "We locked this person up." Well, not shoot the person, but he never really told me
Did you have to shoot a
any
couple?
any bad things or anything that happened that was tragic on the job.
Yeah.
He wouldn't come home and tell me. I think because he knew I was already worried because of the type of job that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping out every day in that line of work, you're going to worry as a wife.
Okay.
Just making sure that he's covered and make sure he comes home safely every day. That's what you worry about.
Got it.
And it's like when he didn't tell me, I was at ease.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew as a police officer the things that he was going to go through every single day, especially in D.C., one of the worst areas out here. But because he didn't tell me, I was kind of at peace.
Yeah.
But like this incident that he's talking about now with the kids, he came home and told me
You, yeah.
because he was so distraught.
Sure, yeah.
And like he said, we had little kids.
Sure.
So he came home, he was hugging the kids, and I was like, something is really bothering him. And I knew he needed that time alone. So he would go down in the basement, take his time. I wouldn't pressure him. I wouldn't bother him. I just let him do him, and then whenever he's ready to come back around and interact with the family, we'll welcome him back with, with open arms. And if he wants to talk about anything, I'm here. I've always been supportive and always been, available for him if he needed to speak to me about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another question I wanted to ask, since we right in this area, I see that y'all doing a lot with mental health and actually giving back in the community, and that's something that me and Bishop does as well. Did you think, far as your past, or both of you all's past, drew you into those other areas like mental health and just, uplifting our communities?
Yeah, my foundation I started is directly for first responders, military, kids of these individuals, nurses, caregivers, because those professions, unless you did them, like, people don't understand what goes on mentally. People in emergency rooms, And just like she said, I was very intentional of not talking about my day because it was every day.
Yes.
You talking about fighting, wrestling with men with guns, chasing people in alleys, round corners, almost shooting people. People threaten to spit on you. Y'all know how to.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you know what I mean? People say,
We were on the other side, so we don't
But see, if I would have heard this stuff, I would have been like, you know, I wouldn't know. I'd be a wreck.
You talking about every day, especially from 01 to 08, before I put that suit on, harm's way.
Check this out. We're going to cross this field, right? And, of course, Dripping Conversation is just not limited to fashion. We kind of cycled the Dripping Conversation more than just being materialistic and more of coming out of things, sharing your spirit, strength, and hope. I want you guys to share, as a couple, one of your challenges that you had to come over. Because people look at you guys now and they see a perfect marriage, a picture, you're doing well, you know, you're looking well, you're celebrities, you're being sought out for different things, and they see that, but they never ever be able to experience the struggle that you had to get you where you are. And we kind of use that as the drip. What was one of the things that you don't have to share it, but if you want to be candid about any struggle that as a couple that you had to get over to get you where you are today? Would you mind sharing? Any one of you can start.
Well, we can talk about our youngest son, Jason.
Okay.
If everyone knows, you know, if you know Jason, he was born visually impaired.
Yeah.
And raising a child with a disability is a struggle.
Okay.
Especially when I went 9 months, full term, no problems. And 2 months later or 3 months later after you give birth, the doctor said your son is not going to be able to see. So that was something that we had to adjust to as a family. And especially for Jamie too, because I know, you know, as a father, he wants a son. He had a son. We have our middle son, Lord Jamie, but he has high, you know, he wants his son to, you know, play sports and, you know, do things that he's done, you know, when he was growing up. And the fact that we were like, okay, well, Jason's not going to be able to see, that's going to limit him to certain things. And it was a struggle just raising him because we were still working full time. Jamie juggling his job, you know, trying to make sure that Jason makes his doctor's appointments. I was working full time. Jason was in a program as a baby to like a toddler. So I had to miss work on certain days too. And, you know, just I had to learn Braille, you know, because I had to make sure that he was doing his homework the right way, you know, and it put a lot of strain on our marriage too, because it was just so much that we had to do to pour into Jason to make sure that he was able to be successful and do the things that he's doing now, because he's a great kid now. He's in an amazing program. He does IT. He's doing great.
Okay.
So that was one of the challenges that we had, just trying to raise a child with a disability and make sure that he gets all the love and all the care and all the support that he needs to get to where he is today.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously that, but we also met in our 20s. Like I was 20, she was 19. So you gotta imagine.
How did you get her, James? Tell her how you.
I mean, you know, I was there.
He was begging.
Don't get it twisted.
Begging every day.
Don't get it twisted now. I'm cool now. So
But tell him
when
how
you first met her,
persistent
how did that go down? Like,
so I knew her mom and her sister. We all worked at the building. Then she came like that following year. And I was like, oh. But she had her daughter's dad. She was still with.
Okay.
So, you know, I was kind of handcuffed at the time. I couldn't do too much, but I was shooting my shot through her friends. And back in those days, you know, all of us was young and was working there. So, you know, I had a little whip. Had my swag as well. and she didn't like light skinned guys.
Oh, yeah.
So that was what I was told. So, you know, I'm cool with all our girlfriends, and we going to lunch together. I got the whole crew following, either in my car, or we all following each other. And she would go, but she wouldn't pay me no attention. So it took me a while. Finally, I cut in, and I think we went to lunch together. And
Tell them my first lunch date.
oh, Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Hey, man,
I mean, it was close to the job.
Yeah, we creeping. You know, I ain't just out in everybody's face either. So eventually, her and her baby father ended up splitting. But that was a whole lot going on with that. We just was wilding.
So what you think about him, Erana, when he was trying to pull up?
Of course, he's always been nice looking.
Yeah.
He drove a nice car. You know, he had a great job. No kids. Apparently, he didn't have a girlfriend because he was trying to get to me.
okay.
But he was very persistent.
Yeah.
So he would bring flowers to the job, gifts, you know, where everybody in my office would be there to witness everything. You know, I'll have a box on my desk in my cubicle, and the office moms and aunties, because we were so young back then, would say, "Oh, Jamie's been down here. He left you something." We had the nosy aunties.
Yeah. So
Then
in
we'll
other words,
watch
Jamie knew
every
your
little
love
move
language
we
to a
make.
certain
So
degree.
we were like this love story
Okay.
at the in our job. You know, people would just follow everything that we were doing, watching him and watching me. But he was just very persistent. He was real nice, sweet. You know, Brittany was like 2 years old, and he would actually take care of her. And you know, it was like that was his daughter. You know, once we really got together, you know, he was buying her things. You know, taking her out. You know, he was treating her just like she was his.
Right.
So I really liked that, and I was like, "This is it. This is the one."
Wow. How long you been married?
It was almost
This year,
30 years.
29 this year.
29. Okay.
No, yeah, next year will be 30.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We celebrate your commitment to each other. That's awesome, because I'm trying to get somebody hooked up soon.
Come on, Paul.
Oh, it's in the makings now. You know, it's in the makings. So we had that conversation yesterday about me.
But you know, it's hard during these days. It was easy for us because we didn't have the cell phones. We didn't have social media.
Yeah.
You know, it was all dating and talking to each other during your date.
Okay.
And really learning about each other. Now it's the cell phones distracting. It's so
Social
much
media.
right now, And then as we get older,
Yeah.
you set in your ways.
Sure.
We have friends who connected at 40, 45,
Yeah.
and it just never works out because they've been single so long. They're like, I'm not listening to you. I've been doing this long.
Yeah,
And they're trying to come together, but they bumping heads.
Yeah.
So the longer you wait, Paul.
Yeah.
It becomes.
I can say this. I'm pretty much open, balanced, and then, you know, I was away for 23 years. So it's like a new beginning for me. So it
Okay.
ain't that I've been,
Right. There you go.
you know,
That's
just
different.
out and ripping and
Yeah,
running.
that's
Now, I done had my share of women and everything, and it comes a time in your life where you say, hey, enough is enough. Now, you know, and you find that one. Because there's always that one out here for you. Time enough for you, can deal with you. And I've learned to pick my battles.
There you go.
Yeah.
You follow me,
Okay,
and
I
there
got
it
you.
is. And communication is the best. A lot of times, us, as I always say, a male and a man, don't get both things for the woman. We don't hear and listen to her. She'll get one. Yeah. So
So, been together 30 years.
Married.
Married 30
Married,
years.
yeah.
Married,
32
pardon me.
together.
Pardon
Yeah.
me. I'm trying to do a recap so I can usher us through this loop of where you are and give you a definition of drip, because we believe, like I said, drip is not just materialistic, but it's integrity, surviving or coming through something, having a testimony of where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. We believe that's drip today. Like, you don't have to have a dime in the bank or have a fashion statement, but if you got integrity, if you're honest, if your heart is full of love, we consider that as drip. And so, how let's talk about the social media, the skits and stuff. I didn't think I was gonna talk about that. Let's talk about your marriage skits and who runs that? Who?
James.
That
Tyler.
That was
During COVID.
And we were doing it all together. So tell the people, or tell us how that goes and what gave y'all the ideas and what that did for you guys.
Oh man, so 2020, world shut down. You know, I had to go to work, so I was on day shift. So I'm home by 2 o'clock, 2:30, and then we just in the house, nothing else to do. And then we went to Miami to hang with Floyd for his birthday, and I ran into a couple who are very big on social media. The Halls, you probably seen them. What's his name, Marco?
Marco.
Marco and his wife, Brooke.
Oh yeah. No,
Marco and Brooke.
yeah.
So we had met them years ago, and I saw them. I said, man, what's going on with this TikTok and Instagram and YouTube I see y'all doing? He said, man, we making $40,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's what he tell me. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, get on it now. He said, I wish I would have been got on it.
Yeah.
I told her, as soon as we get back, we go to start. So I don't know about you, but I didn't know how to do none of this. I didn't know how to go viral. Everybody like, yeah, just post it on TikTok. It's gonna go viral. I'm like, so we did something. We thinking Instagram though. TikTok was definitely not like Instagram, and until we did the Friday skit when he in the refrigerator and Pop saying every time I come in the kitchen, that's the one. It hit, and I said, oh, so they want us acting and lip syncing and role playing.
Yeah.
And it started doing them, and like you've seen it, you'll see 2,000 views to 50,000 in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then 400,000, we got it.
Yeah.
So we just kept it going, and then our funny little story is we start arguing over who could get the first one to go viral or the next one.
Yeah.
And so she'd say something. I said, that's dumb. That ain't right. And then I'd do one. She said, that's stupid.
But those are the ones that went viral.
Right.
Ones we think are
Most of the time,
stupid.
The one when she said, can I see your phone?
Yeah.
Hated it.
I hated it.
Got
I was
on
like,
me.
this is dumb.
She got on me.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why I hated it. I hated it because only my hand was visible.
Oh, so she wasn't singing.
I never told him that till today. I was like, this is stupid. You just got my hand in the video.
I said, just do this.
Just follow my lead
I
this time.
I saw one version of it. I said, oh my God, that's genius.
Yeah.
And I told her what I was going to do, and she said, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I said, I just need you to hold the phone
Right.
and say this. That joint was like 5 million views.
Yeah. It's the ones that you least suspect.
And he showed me his yesterday, and it was steady climbing. What was it, 27?
Yeah, it did like
27?
almost 30 million.
Oh, yeah, you definitely.
That's how I came across him, because I saw him scared. I said, oh, my man,
Yeah, I
give
was
me.
like, wow.
And then I've been following him ever since.
Okay.
But
Isn't it amazing how God can put you in a situation, and not only did it for us open up some different doors, but it gave us a moment to do things together
Yes.
Yeah.
and share some
that's
moments
what
and
it's
some
about.
collaboration. And some people will see a 15-second clip, and it might have took 2 hours.
All the
you
editing.
talking about fussing over the lip syncing.
Yeah.
This one, the Virgo,
Yeah.
gotta be precise. And
Yeah,
Kevin
I'm
Hart's
like,
skits
no.
are impossible to lip sync.
Because he speaks so fast.
Yeah.
You have to.
So we doing one of his, it take over an hour, 2 hours, just for that 20 seconds.
And then I have to look my best.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
well, if this going on social media, so
Right.
what, like we could just jump up and say, okay, let's film a
Right.
TikTok. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, I gotta put my makeup on and do
Clean
this.
the
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah, I
do
used to say,
nothing sitting
oh.
around.
You know, I said
I'm
people
like,
are
oh my
looking in the
God.
back.
I'm like you.
You know, they're looking in the
Yeah.
back
I
because
don't
they
even
want
wanna do it
to.
now.
That's what people
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
post a picture, they all in the background. Oh, that's messy back there. What's that?
Yeah,
So
of
we had
course.
to make sure everything was
It was
clean
right.
and straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you saw me without her, that's because that was one of them days. when she
Yeah.
was
So
like, I'm not
together,
doing it.
what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So what are those days? What one of those days look like? Is it
Oh, my God.
that y'all might have clashed at that moment?
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
know.
was done.
I'll be trying to do like 4 a day,
Okay.
and she might not want to do them, not one.
Right.
So I'll be like, all right, cool. So I set my little phone up. If you see me
Yeah.
by myself,
Yeah.
she ain't want to mess with me that day.
Okay.
I said, right, we got to keep content.
I
going.
can't relate.
Yes.
See, you got it.
Yeah.
I can relate.
But the good thing about doing these videos during that time, during COVID,
Yeah.
there were a lot of couples that were breaking up
Yeah, you were.
because they could not stand in the house
In the house
together.
together,
You know, they
yeah.
were bumping heads.
Yeah.
But we made it fun, being creative and coming up with these TikToks. It was fun. Although, you know, you stressed me out. It was
Yeah.
2 hours to do one video with editing, but you know, it was fun. We had a good time.
And you know, Facebook was sending major money back
Getting the
then.
money.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
was like, say what?
Mm.
15,000 here.
When he showed me that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
So I was like, yeah, because we talked.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked.
So who was doing your editing back then? Because I know.
was doing
Okay, there
everything.
you go. Well, hey, here's the editing
did your
person.
editing too?
I do it all
and
now.
right
my
now,
goodness. I do all of
we
it.
can be
And
in
you
the
still
car.
do yours now?
Huh?
You don't have a professional person
I
doing your
do
video?
everything.
What?
Listen, we can leave from somewhere and we be in the car and I'm trying to talk to him and next thing you know he
look so
over there.
professional.
So I'm man, I done got a little sick, man. I gotta put this down.
I can't wait. I can't wait for nobody to do anything for me.
Yours look
I
professional.
just can't. I don't like to be hostage, waiting for somebody to do anything. So most things I learn on myself. So I don't have to wait. Because when I want it done, I'm
Right, you want it done.
and I want it done right.
Right.
I don't want to cut corners. I believe excellence means everything matters.
Yeah.
And so I put all I got in it, and then let the Lord do the rest. So man, we are extremely excited. First of all, because you know you guys are DC's own. I mean, you know, he and I, born and raised in this city, and to have God bless you the way He blessed you, and you touching the world. And we're gonna talk a little bit about the show and where you are now and being celebrities. I mean, that word celebrity means just known everywhere, actually. Because some people get celebrities and famous mixed up with having money. Amen. Because you're famous don't mean you got no money, right? And you got money and don't be famous.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that you guys got both. They ain't say that.
Yeah. We keep that quiet.
I mean,
They
we
ain't
all
say
in the
that. They
city
look at
now.
you like, no.
We making it, man.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
definitely we know that you have the drip, fashion-wise, but also to stick together for 30 years in marriage in a time in which marriages are just breaking up. That's a drip
Yes.
in and of itself. To hold on, because we know that every day is not like Sunday, and that you had some arguments, you had some disagreements, you had some fallouts, and but you overcame, and that's a drip. Tell us a little bit more about the show and what's going on, and if there's anything to look out for. We want the juice now. We want the juice.
Ooh, juice. Jamie, give
Well,
them the
I
juice.
mean, as far as the show,
Can you talk about the show first?
right now
Okay,
we
we'll
on
make sure.
So we
Okay, all
haven't
right.
we haven't started filming this 4th season. We don't know if it's going to be a 4th season.
Okay.
We're just kind of in limbo right now.
Okay.
But if you saw the first 3, then you saw some of those struggles that we went through. And this one bring up old stuff
Yeah.
for these producers.
Okay.
And it appeared as if we were dysfunctional in our homes.
Currently.
Yeah, at that time. And like you said earlier, we've been through a lot. We talked about it on TV. You're talking about a 20-year-old to a 50-year-old. I had to mature.
Yeah.
She had to mature. We both had to figure out what we were doing wrong and fix it if we was going to stay together. And I felt like seeing ourselves on TV made us even stronger.
Oh wow.
Even as far as my son and I. When you gotta look in that mirror at yourself and you don't like what you see, you gotta figure it out and do something different. And for them to make me look like I'm abusing her, it crushed me. And I just learned after that first season, I said I'm gonna control my own narrative. I played the game because they get you caught up in the game of talking about stuff that's uncomfortable, and especially stuff that was at that time 15 years old, that we survived. We got through it, and we were still together. and then you're gonna bring it up on national TV for a million people opinions.
But you know why I think that was good that we did bring it up? Because so many couples go through and experience what we've gone through.
Yeah.
Sure.
And to see that we overcame
Okay.
it and
Yeah.
we worked through
That's
it
true.
Yeah,
to
that's
end up
driven
where we are
conversation.
today,
Yeah, definitely.
that's what people really related to. And that's why they like the Tylers. Because we put everything out there. We didn't hide anything. If y'all watched all the
That's
episodes.
the real drip, though.
Yeah, we
the
didn't
real
hide
drip is
anything.
being transparent.
We're very
because-
transparent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
talked
but
about
I ain't like-
everything.
Yeah.
But I told him, because they the ones who Carlos reached out to me. And I told him, I said, when we go on this show, we're going to be very transparent and we're not going to keep anything, you know, a secret. Like, because what I don't want to happen is just to go on TV and people say, oh, they think they're perfect.
Yeah.
And we hiding things to appear perfect to the audience. And
Yeah.
that's not true.
Sure.
I said, whatever's happening while we're filming, it's going to play out.
Okay.
Because they're going to love us even more because we are open and giving them the real,
Yeah.
being transparent and letting them see how a real family, you know, can overcome struggles and things like that.
So, Jamie, let me ask you a question, because I know me and you somewhat, you know, alike sometimes when it comes to certain situations. Like, even, I'm just going to name one or two. Just say, for instance, when you have the individuals that be hating because of the success that you have or the things that you have obtained, like your style and things of that nature, but then don't get to know the person, you know, personally. How do you deal with that?
Man, that's the story of my life. And my attitude on that now is I'm gonna make you even madder. Because like we talking about day one stuff, like nobody was there day one but us. And then you gonna have an opinion of me because of where I'm at now. Like you first of all, you had to survive the 80s, just before just growing up. And I could have made one or two mistakes back in those days, and I might not even be sitting here. You know, we had a major car accident in 03. Might not been sitting here today, but I overcame it. Raising a child with a disability. Had to do that. He's 25 now. The middle son, getting in trouble, getting locked up, this, that, and the third. He's doing better now.
Okay.
So all this stuff that I've been doing and balancing a career, child disability, being married, I feel like I had a stellar career. I was a decorated detective when I retired. But then you gonna hate on me because all of a sudden a TV show come in town and say, we find y'all interesting, I want y'all to apply for this show. And then like she'll tell you, we sitting up here, it was people around us that made fake pages sending them lies about us.
Sure.
It's sitting right beside us. And it's just, and now I know all this stuff. I know who these people are, and it's just like, now I gotta make you mad because you played with me. And I feel like I've not done nothing to nobody, and I'm like asking nobody to do nothing. But you sit up here and you got all these opinions of me, but you can't do what I do in 24 hours. I can't do what you do. I can't do what you do. I know you guys are busy, but I'm not gonna be mad at you though.
Right.
It don't make sense. But this is this town. I know what she had to do to get where she is. I see her still doing it every day. But then you mad at her because she stay fly. She stay put together. She run every day. Y'all don't see that stuff. We ain't on Instagram showing her jogging or me in the gym.
Yes.
Like all this stuff is a daily process of what we do to be who we are. And
Well, it's safe to say that people want your blessings but don't want your battle. They want your favor and don't want your fight. And when you favor, it comes with the territory. You know, I read somewhere that says, be aware when all men speak well of you. So when you see negative comments, that lets you know that you're on the right track. That gives you a signal to know that you're on the right track, because don't nobody talk about anybody who don't have anything. Don't nobody talk about a bag lady because you don't have anything.
Yes.
But it's a sign that the Creator's doing something in you and through you, for you, by you, with you, and for you. And so I think it's exciting. Attack comes with being chosen.
yeah,
And so
that's real.
Yeah.
that's a good sign. So let them keep on talking. Let them keep on doing it. You keep on moving and keep on loving. That's what helps me the most today is that I just got to keep on loving people. You know, I owe everybody love, but I don't owe everybody access.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing, like my mom taught me, she said, listen, as long as they talking about you, that mean you doing something right.
Yeah.
Start worrying when they ain't
not
talking
talking.
about you.
Yeah,
You find them. And I mean, you know, it's just a situation where, though, like, even with me, I pick my battles. You find me, every conversation, I'm not entertaining. You know, and sometimes, like, even with me, they'll use my past to actually speak on where I'm at now to try to throw some negativity in there. You know, and I say, hey, listen, if I can help you, that's what it's about, because we gotta learn how to work together. A lot of times we so divided, like I use the hand. If you like this, that means we divided. If you make a fist, that means we together. And we need that. You get what I'm saying? We need conversations like this because you never know how a conversation like this can affect another person. I'll give you a prime example. We were fuming over in Prince George's County about 2 months ago. So we coming in the building to fume, and it's a young lady that came out one of the offices, and she seen Bishop Oates, and she just broke down and started crying. And she clearly said, you know, how the things that he do on his word of the day has touched her to made her a better person. And at that time, you know, I caught, you know, filming, which I ain't really too good with the phone and everything. So, you know, he'd tell me quick, oh, man, you don't know what you doing or whatever. But I did get that moment. You get what I'm saying? And it was very touching, and it was something that was needed. And, you know, we all can, like, touch and affect others in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, that's what happens a lot when we in random places. Like, we'll get approached by, it could be somebody young or somebody way older than us, and just to see, when they see us, it's like, oh my God, that's Jamie Rayner from TV show. And those people is who I do it for.
Right.
Yeah.
I watched the interview Shaq did, and he said, if Obama called me and say, you wrong, we need to talk, he said, I'm gonna listen to Obama.
Sure.
Them people down here, I can't even.
Yeah, you're 30 stories up, right?
Yes.
Talking to you two. You are 30 stories up. Don't come all the way down to a basement mentality, because a giraffe or a turtle would never see how a giraffe see. Stay up. Don't go down to the basement mentality.
Yeah, that's facts.
And so what I try to do is stay out the comments as much as I can.
Can you say that again? Bishop, say it again,
doing
Bishop.
better.
I try to
I
stay
need
out.
him to hear it.
Yeah, because most of the people that are negative, they don't have no followers. They trolls.
Yes.
And it's distracting. And so keep doing what you're doing. We are proud of the impact that you're making around the world. And when we were thinking of people to come and talk about drip in conversation, that you were perfect, because it's just not about the outside. Because where we come from, especially in the 80s, I was a dressed up garbage can. I looked like Versace on the outside, but felt like Kmart on the inside. But once I started becoming a man and learning that integrity and honesty and being open and being real and having love and having kindness and being patient with people, that's the real drip of the day. And you guys got it. And so when we decided to find a couple to come to share, we said, let's get the Tylers, because they got the drip.
Oh,
And the
thank
conversation
you.
for the
Appreciate
people.
Yeah.
And now we gonna go into the entrepreneur perspective of it with some of you all's brands and you know things that you're doing.
Just like we were blessed to be a part of a DC-based reality show, I feel just as honored to be blessed with a DC-based sparkling wine. This came to us through people watching how we move, just like you said. And the CEOs, I guess it was him or his marketing team, reached out and said, we want you guys to possibly partner as brand ambassadors. So I said, okay, we can talk to our team and get back on it.
Yeah.
So he sent us a case, and I drink champagne, but it gives me a headache. So I really don't like drinking. So he sent us a case. Tried this, the rosé, no headache. I said, oh, we might be on to something. And I felt like a sparkling wine represented our style, what we stand for. And here we are, 4 or 5 months now. It's in 69 locations.
Okay.
When we started, it was in 50-something locations. We had a couple of major meetings with Cap One Arena, Aramark, with the convention center, a few more major liquor stores. It's in all the Lacs. It's in Total Wine, Costco in DC.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you drink it now.
No, I don't.
I brought this one.
But it's okay. We're not going to have communion. We're not.
So I brought that for Paul. Because I don't know why it's not in his herbs.
Hey, you're welcome to get in here and herbs, man. Hey,
we talk about it.
Yes.
Now, Dripping Conversation is not a religious podcast. It's a real life podcast. And so I don't want you guys looking at me because I'm a bishop that I'm drinking and I'm getting drunk because I don't drink. But this is their business. This is a real life podcast. Yes. And so I think that it was fitting to see how God is still elevating. And it's legal.
Yes.
All right.
And it's part of entrepreneurship.
We passed the bottle down.
Right. Yes. But also, just for the bishop to touch on this part, I mean, and you all don't know either, but we got 2 different religions.
Right, he's Muslim.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I'm Christian, and we try to show the world that you can embrace without endorsing. Because most religions don't deal with nobody but in their religion. What I mean by embracing without endorsing, if we found a block that need to be fed, we put the religion to the side and feed the block. So we believe that we have a message for the world and don't have to, and we have conversations. I'm still trying to get them saved, though. But we have healthy conversations without arguing about this and that and coming to a point of agreement that we can impact the world. So we want to show people in the world, because you're a Christian, you don't know who may have your piece to your puzzle. If you get out of your box and extend yourself, we may get what we need.
And Brother Jamal, Pastor Jamal Bryan, had a topic about both religions that we had interviewed him with. And, you know, it was right on point.
And I just want to, I know we're running out of time, but I didn't forget you. So my Mentally Fit brand, that's for you.
My man.
That supports.
Y'all see this mentally. Well, I like this.
I feel like you got to be mentally fit, physically fit, and spiritually fit.
Man, this is nice.
Yeah. So that's
no, he did forget you. He thought about his man.
Okay.
So you got the bottle, he got the t-shirt.
I see this. I'm a skate in this.
Please do. Tag in it too.
I'm skating this.
The message has been very positive. A lot of people are gravitating to it.
Mentally fit, spiritually fit, socially fit. I think this is amazing. What amazing time we had for you guys to come and open up and share your experience, your strength, and hope, and we're so grateful. We're going to be pulling on you guys. We got a lot of things coming up, and we want to represent our city, then go globally about dripping conversations, that people don't get caught up with the materialistic thing about it, but knowing that surviving and thriving from where we come from is drip in and of itself, and we're so grateful. Now, if you guys have 3 minutes to live and you need to help somebody out here, what would you say to them?
3 minutes to live?
I know that's a tough question.
Oh, yeah, if I only had 3
What would you
minutes
say to
live.
people right now? We only had 3 minutes to live. What would you give them to live their life?
Well, let's try to reframe it then, so you gave you a little bit of time to think about it. Just give us some positive things that you would give to the people that would help them.
Same kind of thing. Something that
I
you
would say never give up.
Okay.
Whatever your goals are in life, don't let the distractions out here stop you from reaching your goals. Just keep going, and you'll get there.
Okay. And I'm going to add to that little piece right there. prayer using negativity to motivate you. Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize for putting a 3-minute thing on y'all. That probably made it. That came out the box. That
You might was looking at the time, but
Yeah, no, I know.
Look, but we also want to talk to you, add this too, because we do the community work too.
Great.
Okay.
So we do the diaper drive the
Yeah.
first Saturdays of every month. So if anyone has
In Oxon Hill, right?
Yep, in Oxon Hill.
Yeah.
If anyone, it's a foundation,
Okay.
Jamie Tyler Foundation, and the other young ladies, what's the daycare?
Lean on us, unity.
Lean on Us Unity. So they
Yeah.
come together. We sometimes do food too.
Sure.
We hand out food, but also diapers. Definitely
Right,
diapers. So if you
yeah.
have someone that's in need of diapers,
Yeah.
please make sure they come out every first Saturday of the month from
You have
9,
the address to the
9 to
daycare?
12.
Okay.
Do you know that
So,
offhand?
so with that being said, y'all ain't gonna get me cussed out from our mayor.
I know, right?
Mayor Biles, okay? So y'all gotta bring that to DC too. All right, now we
Okay,
get the
okay.
line with that, and
Yes.
hey, support
Yes.
DC as well. You know, so we gonna take this on the road.
Jamie, you got 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes. I was
was
trying to save you,
I
buddy.
was just real short and sweet. I would tell them you can't lose until you quit. And for me, if I would
Hold
have,
up, say that again. He dropping jewels.
Juice. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
you can't lose until you quit.
Yeah.
And we don't quit around here.
Okay.
We done
There you
had
go.
great days, rough days, still have rough days, still have great days. But we never quit. We didn't quit on our marriage. We don't quit on our
There
family.
you go.
We don't quit our hustle.
Yep.
And I would leave that person with just never quit.
Mhm.
You're always in the fight as long as you don't quit. You never give up.
Okay, and I'm gonna add to yours too. And me and Bishop always talk about this. It don't take but one opportunity or one break in life for you to be successful. And I use this for prime example. I had 2 life sentences in the federal system, and I continued to fight. And under the religion, the law says if you take 1 step, He'll take 2. So at any given time, just that one door opens up, and you never know where you may land at.
Yeah. The power of one. Yeah. What? Say that word again. I'm gonna preach that Sunday. What you say?
Can't lose until you quit.
Can't lose till you
Don't
quit.
forget.
I'm gonna preach that Sunday.
But make sure that you get your percentage out of that.
Look, and we want to say you guys keep up the good work too.
It's an honor to be here
Yes,
with you
it's
guys,
wonderful.
man. Thanks for thinking of
Yes.
us.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Y'all family to me. So
Absolutely.
that was easy. That was an easy one. So we appreciative for your
Yeah.
time. We know how busy you guys are, and to make yourself available is incredible. We are excited. Well, listen, this concludes the Dripping Conversation. We need you to subscribe. We need you to look out. We got guests. We need your prayers. We need you to lift us up, because I know that everybody don't like what we're doing, but we're doing it that we can impact the world one life at a time. We see you later. Peace.
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 Yeah.